sometimes if biodiesel sits for too long, it'll start to like, you'll get like micro droplets of glycerin. So we're basically just gonna like shake the shit out of this for a bit. Make sure that it's nice and homogeneous before we do it. If we have a problem and it doesn't actually like meet the standard or meet the specifications that it has on the CMA that they listed, then we might have to thermally erase this. Because if biodiesel sits and it's subjected to cold, then it could possibly have stuff fall out of solution. And monoglycerides will very easily fall out of solution. So, but we'll just try it. Okay, so we have these three. I'll start the first one, and you two ladies can do it after. That worked? Mm-hmm. Good balance. Okay, so you're just gonna weigh up to 0.1 grams, and then you'll record the weight. I don't really care if it's negative that far, because this is a 5-0 balance apparently. So this should 100 plus or minus 5, and that's fine. Want to be like hella tight with it is if you're doing like a comparison study. So like let's say that you're tracking like glyceride conversion across like a reaction, then you want to keep it like plus or minus 1 to make sure that like sample size isn't varying to why you're seeing differences. But if you're going to be like otherwise for like regular variation, plus or minus 5 is okay. So I'm gonna let you guys do the next ones. Terafilm, because now that this is in desiccant, I'm not really that worried about it. So this will make it easier for next time. I was just kind of being paranoid for the first time we did it, just because I don't want to waste.
We have to go like to the.
She will definitely be somebody I will ask for a letter of recommendation. Oh yeah, let's follow the rules that I taught you. Prime it. Wipe the sides off. And then basically put it as close to the source as possible so you don't splash it. This pyridine will like vaporize instantly, and then you'll get like little smudges of like stuff that's fallen out of solution on the side of your stuff. That's not fun. Okay, 1. And then again, the times that all of this stuff sits is not really that big of a deal. Just don't let it sit like overnight. So if it goes like above 20 minutes for like 40 minutes, or like even like a couple hours, it's okay. Just like don't leave it for like 6 hours. Okay, I'm gonna add the MSDFA and then let this fun begin. And then it's your ladies' turns. So obviously if I was like preparing all of these myself, I would just have them all open and just go wham, 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 wham. But that is not the purpose of today's exercise. Middle of it in here, so then you can't really like shake it. So you're gonna kind of do this in order to mix it. I mean, I guess you can kind of do that, but like as you can see, it sort of goes around the edges. So I would just kind of like roll it in your hands a couple turns, and then that's enough. Okay, so now it's your ladies' turns. And I would go grab, yeah, because there's going to be 2 stops on the micropipette top. So if you go down all the way, that will give you 1,000 microliters. So you have to do it to the first soft stop, And now when you put it in, go all the way down to like push it out, and then do that a couple times to like make sure you get all the stuff out. Perfect. And then you know how to release it.
Yeah, with this.
Yeah, that thing. And do it right there. Perfect. Okay, good job. Yeah, so first stop and then second stop.
So we're adding internal standard 1 and 2 and
And the silating agent. Or not the silating agent, I guess the catalyst. MSTFA adds. Well, that's also the source of the silo group. So that's what like gives you like that's how it's able to be silated is the MSTFA. There's like lots of different silating agents. There's MSTFA, BSTFA, MSTFA with like a bunch of other stuff added. But for biodiesel, it's easy to just do MSTFA.
And if you use, or if you do MSTFA before the two standards,
Everything needs to be in the same mixture when you do it, because if you don't, then it will preferentially have some stuff silated and some stuff not silated. So it will possibly cause problems.
so for all our future biodiesel testing, we need to follow this
Yes.
procedure, right?
This is the procedure, yes. Give it a little shake. Spin. So that needs to stay constant. And if you see a drop, then that could also mean that you're having an instrument issue. Now, let's say that you mess up and you accidentally put double one or double both. You can technically lose it in half in order to like save it. So it's not the end of the world. If you know that you put double and it's like double the size, then you just divide your numbers by 2. And you're completely fine.
Why do we need 2 internal standards?
Because you need one internal standard that, well, so both of them are in similar molecular weight to what your analytes are. So butane triol is really light, so it's very similar to glycerin. And then tricapran is a lot heavier, so it's more similar to the other, to like monodienchiolane. And so they're representative of both. I mean, technically, you could like try to use one, but if you want to be ASTM D6584 compliant, you have to have both. Okay, perfect. Good job. And then if you want to make sure that those are like really sealed, and then you can put them inside the desiccator.
Oh, these ones?
Yeah. Because we're not gonna need them anymore. And then, yeah, perfect. And then the only other thing we'll need is 3 GC vials, or I guess 4 GC vials, because we'll also need one for center sequence. Perfect.
So how do you heptate
I only did that for the calibration because I wanted to just like be extra sure that there wasn't any kind of like carryover or anything. Now I would really only do heptane at the beginning to verify that there's nothing here. And then afterwards, you know, I mean, you could basically run it at the beginning and the end if you want. And it really just depends on like what the speed of the test is. If you're gonna like run it overnight, run as many heptanes as you want. They're not gonna really hurt anything. But if you're in a hurry, you really only need one. Just to make sure. Yeah, sorry, yeah, the heptane is your blank. So the point of the blank is to, well, it's kind of like a point of discussion. So there's some people that believe that like the heptane washes stuff out, but you can basically use it as like a big step. So if you're worried that there's anything in there, then it'll basically give the column a chance to bake all the stuff out. Because it's not going to wash anything, it basically just like temperature cycles it. So that gives the opportunity for everything to be baked out. Do you two have any other questions for me in regards to that? If that makes sense. Does that feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna stick this back in the fridge. Your new sequence folder. So I like to have them. I like to have specific folders for every single data that I run. So then it's easier for me to be able to like differentiate. So you'll go to sequence parameters, and then there you'll put today's date on the subdirectory. So you'll do 2019-09, whatever today's date is. I think it's the 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll click OK, and then you'll click yes, and then it'll create that new folder. Then you'll click OK. Then you'll go to sequence again, save sequence template as, and then you'll put the date, and then you can name it whatever you want. So maybe we can call this like QC check or something, and then just like change it for today's date.
Oh,
just
yeah.
you just wanna give every sequence name like a unique title.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's easy for you to differentiate.
And then okay.
Yeah, then you click OK. Alright, then you'll go to sequence table, and then you're gonna go ahead and, oh, it actually deleted it. That's interesting. Okay, that's fine. So now you're gonna go through and you're gonna put one heptane, and then you're gonna put each of our QCs in whatever order you want it to be in.
Okay.
And then you can put a heptane at the end.
Okay. So are these gonna be like file 1 through
Yeah,
4?
1 through 4. And then you want to set the method name.
Oh, okay. To
So
this one?
yeah, that one.
And
And then you want to put 1 injection per vial, because technically you can tell it to do multiple injections if you want, but I've never done that.
And then
Actually, I'm kind of. Oh, you know what I realized? Here. We should do this on the online mode. We should do this on online mode, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see if it'll let us do it still. Okay, so let's just. So go to method and run control.
that is it. Would you click the same one or make it again?
Oh, that's just a sequence template. So here, let's see what happens if we open it. Load sequence template. And then so that should be it. Then sequence table. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Now you can delete all of these, the ones that you don't need, and then kind of like redo it. So you'll basically, and you want to keep shut down at the end. Except this time we'll just put an empty vial in it, since for some reason it is set to be weird. So you'll basically have 4 and then delete all the other ones.
Okay.
So in order to delete it, you just do this and then you can click cut. So,
Okay.
but I'm gonna let you do that.
1 heptane and then R3 samples and then another heptane? Or
Sure, that's fine, because this is gonna run overnight. Perfect. And then you'll just rename everything. You should be able to click OK.
is that supposed to be like the only one?
Oh yeah, and then you need to put the weights
Oh, okay.
for the QC. So mine was 97, or here, let's look.
Yours was 95.
Yours was 96.5. And Tony's, yours was 102.65.
So heptane is only 1?
Yeah, because heptane doesn't matter, you're not calculating off of heptane.
Okay, and then I click OK.
Click OK, yep. And then you'll go sequence, save sequence.
This one?
Yeah. Actually, go back to the table real quick. Oh, you left that one a 7. That's okay. Oh,
Oh.
you need to update these. So
Yeah.
to well, so you want to keep that one as 1 because that's going to go back to the same file.
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that heptane's going to go back to the same file. Okay, perfect.
And then, do I save it again?
Yeah, just be safe. Okay, and then you're going to go here.
This one?
Yeah, and then click the little button on the side and then update it to this. Now it will set the starting parameters of D6584. So then when we put it, it'll immediately start running. And then we don't have to wait for it to heat up. So then we can watch to make sure that everything looks okay before we leave. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then you want to check your waste vials too. Make sure your waste vials aren't overtly full. Because if they are, then
Which one is the waste vial?
so these are all your solvents. You can literally have like 7 solvents, and then these are all your wastes.
Okay.
This will really be the only one that you're going to look. So see, it says W, so that stands for waste. So WA, there's like 3 waste vials for A, and 2 for B. But you should be good to go. Okay, so if one, yeah, good 4. So 1 for each of ours, and then 1 for the head.
Does it matter if it's these files or
I would actually probably use those instead, because then you can label them. Probably shot. So that's a pH probe that you would use for a titrator. It's my job right now, so I'm trying to figure out, like, it's perfect. You could probably put like 1 more drop in it if you want, but it's not that big of a deal. You just don't want to overfill it, or else it'll do the vacuum. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Nice condensation. Make sure that's actually condensation. Yeah, perfect. That's what you want it to look like. Right. Good. And then I'll just say hot for us. Dispense, and then set it to 3 mils, and then dispense. So here, why don't you move the blue one out of the way so you have a little more room. So you'll just set it to 5. So yeah, scroll up to 5. Oh, then you're a little far. Maybe like switch those over to the side a little bit, like the little, and then switch it and then do 3, 3, 3.
and of heptane and yolk?
Yeah. After that, it'll already be fine here. I'll just use the same thing the whole time. So yeah, we'll do 5 in each, and then 3 in each.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you just kind of tip it a little bit. Might need to tip it a little more. So press it, make sure that you do the first stop. Pull. Perfect. Yeah, and then make sure that you do this part slowly, because if you fast it, then it might do bubbles, and it also might just like gurgle and like hit the thing. Okay, perfect. Careful, make sure that you don't touch it, not to the sides of anything. And press it a couple times, perfect. And do that for the next 2. So this one's really obvious how much you've added. So for a little bit easier. And the calculators where it's like barely any difference.
apparently Chegg's account had like a security breach or something. Chegg.
Really?
Yeah, so like everybody's emails like got leaked or something like that, and like passwords too. KU Security just sent out a good email about it. It's kind of weird.
Do you have a
No, it's way too expensive. I have like 2 or 3.
So you actually need 8.
Yeah, you need 8. That's why I asked Dr. Williams if she can get a dispense set, because then you're just like, but those are expensive. Shake them. Since you have enough volume in there, you can actually shake it.
This way. I think I want to spend like 10 years in the industry, and then like buy a house in Kansas City, and then I'll probably sort of like retire to art restoration. So I've always been pretty interested in that. And then I know like a couple people at the Nelson Atkins.
That like super outfit with like this like 30-pound crown. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
So we try to like recreate everything like historically.
Yeah.
So the hair too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was super cool. And he sang opera. I really enjoyed that performance. That was
Huh?
and then you're gonna set these all up. Because it hooked me up. That sounds cool. So then you just switch the back one more. Okay, and then is one of those vials empty?
One of these?
Yeah.
No.
This isn't parked, because if it's like this, then it will not run. So you want to just make sure that this is good. And then we can go back over here.
Like your shirt.
Thank you. It's from high school, actually. I don't know how the heck I still fit in it. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure that all of this says that it's ready. So it has this failure code from last time because there wasn't an empty vial there, but who cares? So we'll just do that. Click run. Sure. Deal with that later. All right, now we're gonna verify that this is gonna run. Because it should start. Actually, what's nice is that it's old. Okay, so now it's priming it, so it should shoot it soon, and then we can all skedaddle until next time. Alright, so see, it'll give you like a 0 mark, so now we'll just kind of follow it.
What's that mark?
So this is telling me that this is when the sequence, or when the chromatogram will start. So everything went right. We should see a heptane in 2 minutes. Shooting. So we'll just kind of keep. This keeps going. Perfect. I don't know why it's like not there. There. So see, you can see that it's finned. So perfect. So now we just wait until the run is done, and then we can go through the next time, and we're probably gonna have to reintegrate the calibration curve for the glycerin, and then after that we can go ahead and see if our QCs came out. Okay? Alright, thanks everybody.
Thank you.